Hi, and welcome to the G minor and G picking exercise. Now, I did not provide you with a practice sheet, so you're going to have to write this down, okay? So this time, go ahead and get a paper and a pencil or a pen, and then go ahead and jot this down. You got two lines that we're going to be doing. Example number one, you got 4 Gs, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 Gs, 4 G minors. Example number 2, you got 2 Gs, 2 G minors, 2 Gs, 2 G minors. Okay. So, go ahead and pause the tutorial at this time, get a pen and paper, write down these lines, and we're going to get started in a couple seconds. Okay, so let's check our tuning before we start. G, C, E, A. Okay, make sure your ukulele is in tune before starting the exercise. At this point, I'm going to just let you know right off the bat, you should be very comfortable between changing from G to G minor at this point. You should also be relatively, moderately comfortable with your 2-finger picking exercise. Okay? If that does not look familiar, or if you're not too comfortable with that picking exercise, you want to go back, listen and watch the previous tutorials on that and take the suggestions on what to do to get comfortable and do that first. If not, you're going to start to find that from now on, the exercises and the songs that we play using the 2-finger picking technique is going to be challenging now, maybe even very difficult for some of you that have not really practiced 2-finger picking or the changes between G and G minor. So something to make it a little easier, if you just to refresh your memory, from changing to a G, this is a G, keep that ring finger on the fretboard, never moving it from that position. So your G, changing to the G minor. If you notice, my finger's on that ring finger right here, just to remind you that that finger never ever moves. Now watch, I'm going to change from a G to a G minor, back to a G to a G minor. Okay? Now if this does not look familiar to you, you need to go back to the preceding tutorials and practice those exercises and lessons some more, so this looks comfortable to you, or looks very, very recognizable. Okay, now you see over here for the first example, we've got 4 Gs, 4 G minors. So the way we're gonna count is that every time you hit the top string, that's a 1. Okay, so let me give an example. This is a G chord. This is a 1. That's a 1, 2. You see what I mean? Every time your thumb hits this top string, that's a 1. It's like a count of 1. Okay? Or for now, we'll just call it a measure. Like so, in a okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, then you would switch to G minor and you would do the same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, there we go. So 4 Gs, 4 G minors. We're going to play one phrase. One phrase. Here we go. Together. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Switch. 1, 2, 3, 4. Stop. Okay, good. Now, that's one phrase. If that was a little too fast, by all means slow it down. That would be the goal, to be at that speed for this exercise. Keep in mind that when we actually play songs using the 2-finger exercise, the picking pattern is going to be a little faster than what I just did on this exercise just now. Okay? So back at the tutorial, try that again. And then once you get comfortable, this is what you want to do. This is one phrase. So you want to do maybe 2 to 3 phrases. So you want to do this whole line maybe 2 to 3 times. Okay? But if you're just comfortable getting just one phrase, go at your own speed, get one phrase under your belt, get it all comfortable, get it all, very, accurate, and be successful at it before you try 2 and 3 phrases of that. Okay? Now, at this point, if anything is unclear, you need to try it again. Back up the tutorial, try it as many times as you can, and by all means, if you need to slow it down, just pause the video or come back to it later, slow it down, go at your own speed. Okay, really get comfortable with that picking pattern before moving on to other stuff. Now, if you found that pretty comfortable and you're ready to move on, we're going to do the second line. Second line is the half version of this. You're going to go 2 G's, 2 G minors, 2 G's, 2 G minors. Okay, so every time you hit the thumb on that high G string, that's a 1. Okay, for instance, okay, 1, 2, and you're switching 1, 2, switching 1, 2. Okay, so you got the idea. Now when we play it, okay, this is one phrase. We're going to play one phrase together, and then we're going to stop. Okay, not too fast. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, switch. 1, 2, switch. 1, 2, switch. 1, 2. Good. Okay, so that's one phrase. It might have been a little fast for some of you. I know that chord change does seem a little quick for some folks, but what's really going to help is that you keep that technique that I showed you earlier. Here's a G to a G minor. Keep that ring finger stationary. Okay, so just if you want to put your finger on that ring finger for now, and just practice changing the chords several times without moving that ring finger. It's really going to help you. And then once you get comfortable, the chord change is going to be easier. So you want that chord change to be automatic before you start working on this side. Because really, you don't want to be looking at this hand at all, because you really should be looking at this hand and the picking. Now I'm going kind of fast, but you really want to look at the right hand, okay, and not the left hand. The goal would be to not look at both hands, but what I'm trying to emphasize is that you want to be watching the right hand and not the left. Okay, so from here we're going to move on to some actual songs using the 2-finger picking pattern. So make sure that you have this exercise very confident and successful for yourself, and you're really comfortable with doing this chord change. And then when you're ready, we'll see you at the next lesson.